guys, and welcome to my office today. As promised, I am doing a video that is for kind of questions and answers. I apologize that this is very late in coming, but had a couple of family issues to contend with. But of course, that's life. So let's get started. Question is, who are we? Well, my name is Omni, and my partner who lives in Seattle, my business partner lives in Seattle, her name is Joy. And so we kind of created this together because, well, we're best of friends. We work well together and we come up with some amazing recipes. And, we just started doing this stuff in our kitchen on Wednesday nights together over the last couple of years, and voila. So we decided to go into business together, and it's getting towards the evening, so I apologize. The light on this side will come and go, so bear with me. I have to do this on my phone today because I don't have a camera, so go iPhone. Yay. All right, so another question people ask me when I'm at vending shows is, what is an apothecary? Simplest answer really is a pharmacy. Back in the day, pharmacists or herbalists would mix pastes, mix powders together, poultices, and in general would be for the overall health and common maladies. You have to think of back in Victorian time period, doctors were really expensive, and doctoral medicine at that point was, of course, iffy. Have you seen some of those manuals? I mean, really, have you taken a look at some of the medical journals and books back then? It's quite amazing. So the overall general public could not afford doctors or doctor visits when they did house calls. So they would go to their local apothecary. So this would be for things such as headaches, if you had a common cold or if you had a toothache, just different things and, things going on. Unfortunately, as we know today, modern medicine has definitely gotten better, but we wanted to bring back the more natural holistic medicine back into practice again and show that, yes, you too can make some of your own stuff for just simple common things, or you can also, go to your local apothecary and purchase things that you need for your overall wellness. This also includes tonics and teas. Now, what is special about apothecaries in general is, for the most part, you come up to the counter, or, for example, if you come up to our vending booth, sometimes what we have out on display isn't all that we have. So if you have a common ailment and you come up to our booth and say, hey, this is what's going on, do you have anything like that? Chances are either A, yes, I actually am already selling the product, or B, I already have this stuff with me, possibly, and I could just make it on the spot for you and we could come to terms and agreement on point of sale. So it's very fluid. Our apothecary is very fluid in its nature. Another question, of course, how do we get started? As I explained earlier, we would do this on Wednesday nights together. It's because it was the day that we both had off for the next day. And we'd just mingle. A lot of times it's because we had a bottle of wine and we say, what if? What if this happened? Well, what causes the symptoms? What are the herbs, or also what are the herbs back in the day that was used to treat symptom A, and what is used to treat symptom A now, and then put it into practice. So what we found is our friends and circle of friends and circle of relatives and so on would literally ask us if we already had something on hand. they'd already be at our house, or we'd already be at an event. We'd be at our family's house, and they say, hey, can you make this? What's wrong? And poof, we're like, why not make this to a business? We're already passionate about what we do. We're already passionate about holistic wellness. We're already passionate about herbal wellness, adaptogens, and keeping our immune system strong and healthy. And not to mention our libidos, chocolate love, hint, hint. All right. Now, with that, we create our own lines, and we are definitely in the process of making more awesome things. They're definitely coming out soon. So be looking for pictures, behind the scenes. If you are following us on Patreon, we have a Patreon account. You can start taking a look soon. If you subscribe in our Patreon, you can actually start getting behind the scenes looks at how we're doing product development, as well as vlogs, and anything else. Sometimes recipes, depending on what's going on. So that's how we got started. We decided, let's make a business out of it because we're so passionate about it. And, this stuff costs money, and there's a market. So another question I get when I'm vending is, how long does it take to make the product? Now, this answer is kind of a two-parter. What it comes down to it is, overall, what are we making? So tonics and tinctures on average take 4 to 6 weeks to make. A lot of people already know this, that if you're making it homemade, basically, it takes 4 to 6 weeks to extract the medicinal properties out of the solvent. And then, of course, we go through a 3-tiered distillation process. And then we will go ahead and do a product demo on it. And once we get the product demo from multiple sources and we get that back in, we can then go ahead and start creating the product and create custom packaging or labeling, which is now a very large endeavor, trying to get new labeling. So that's something I'm learning how to design, and it's actually quite fun. So on average, tonics and tinctures can take anywhere between 6 to 8 months to come to fruition and have enough stock within my cabinet back here. As you can see, this is my herb cabinet, and some of my product cabinet. So it holds some of the herbs that I need. I have stuff in the back you can't see. So it takes that long to make sure I have a correct product, and then I can put it online or vend with it at local markets and craft fairs and vending shows and holistic expos. When it comes to our tea and our soap, that also depends. Our tea, depending on what it is, I can crack out, I would say, 50 individual tea bags in about 2 hours. And then, of course, packaging and labeling. So depending on what it is and what I'm making, that just takes a couple of days. And in fact, I can make it to order like that same day and get it out that same day, and you'd have it within literally 2 business days. So again, it just depends. With my soaps, I will do either a melt-a-pour base or a cold process soap. I am delving into cold process soap right now, and we're starting to do a mixture on that and see what we like. We like things that, of course, are clean, organic, things that are reusable, or I'd want to say definitely very conscious about where I get and source my materials for our products. So it has to come from sustainable farms. So a lot of things are going to be grown locally here in North Dakota as well as Minnesota, because we're just a hop, jump, and a river away from Minnesota, literally, and get some things locally. So with the cold process soap, that takes at least 6 weeks to cure. And we don't have any of the cold process soaps up yet because right now, just formulating is all. And getting to know the process and really finding out what we want within our store. But if you have any suggestions, leave a comment below. Hey, we'll take suggestions and see what we come up with together. So again, it just really depends on what the product is. So are our products safe? This is another I'd say the largest question I get when I'm vending is, are my products safe? And the answer is yes. They are safe, although they are not FDA certified or approved. I use herbs that are safe, common, and known. However, of course, just like with any supplements, contact a doctor. If you are on antidepressants, if you are on NAHI inhibitors, if you take a leave, for example, if you're on an inhaler, contact your doctor. I'm totally willing to discuss ingredients with anybody as well. They are safe for children under the age of 10 as well for the majority of my tonics. And they are, of course, kid friendly. And you do have to be careful with dosing, just like anything else. There is a line, however, that is not ours, and that is tonics from Urban Moonshine. We are happy to carry those and retail those in our store as well. So that's the one difference. We do carry Urban Moonshine, although it's not our product. I do want to say I'm very, very proud to be one of their retailers. So take a look at our site with those. Any questions on those, don't hesitate to ask. They are lovely company and they are lovely products. So, and then keep in mind that we are not licensed medical practitioners, obviously. So that's where you do need to, contact your doctor depending on, what is safe, what isn't safe for you, depending on your own medications. But again, of course, just ask us. We may be able to tell you whether or not it's something that you should stay away from or have in a lesser dose. That it would be fine, but just in a smaller quantity. So another question is, what are tonics? What are herbal tonics? And that's a great question. I'd like to use tonics in phrasing it as an adaptogen. A tonic is something that you take over time consecutively. It could be for a couple of days. It could be every day, depending on what it is, if you need it, or of course, as needed. The one beautiful thing about them is that they adapt to your system over time, and your system adapts to that particular tonic over time as well. So, as an example, if you're taking an energy tonic and you are an active person, but sometimes you want to get away from your caffeine intake, or if you're lowering your caffeine intake, start taking 5 mils of the energy tonic and you will notice more energy over time, day after day. So you can actually reduce the amount of caffeine that you have. I also make a natural tea that does the same thing as the tonic. And you can certainly have that if tea is more preferable to you. So I think that is, all for today, because this video is getting kind of long and I don't want to take up too much of your time. But I just wanted to say, thank you for bearing with us. Thank you for being here. If you're watching and you like us, please subscribe down there. We would love to have you. And take a look at our Instagram, our Facebook. We're certainly on Patron, as I mentioned earlier. Get to know us and welcome to our journey. More videos to come, some from our vending experiences and expos, some pictures, some vlogs. You never know what you're going to get. You just might get a video of me while drinking wine, making some herbal product. I don't know. It might happen. All right. Thank you, everybody. And remember, stay safe and stay gorgeous. Bye.